Hello everyone. So we are going to discuss today the leadership traits required for managing cross-culture teams, participatory strategic planning. In this lecture, we will discuss about the excellent communication, organization, clarity, mutual understanding, individual attention, conflict resolution, strong ties, and a team and flexibility. These are the issues which are to be which are required for the leadership traits and to be discussed today. So starting with the leadership traits required. In one scenario, your cross-functional team provides many benefits and is powerful and effective solution for an array of workplace obstacles. Organized, transparent, and flexible management is of the utmost importance when it comes to the success of a cross-functional team. As a team leader, you will very quickly find the managing this type of team comes with complexities rarely found in a traditional team management setting. However, if handled correctly, your team will reach new heights back through long-standing barriers and accomplish goals that would otherwise be out of reach. There are some strategic planning which needs to be discussed is number one, excellent communication. Excellent communication is required without an organized strategy for excellent communication. Your cross-functional team does not stand a chance. This is the first and most crucial component of your team's success and should not be taken lightly. Whenever possible, it is best to meet face to face. If regular in person meetings are unrealistic, there are plenty of online tools you can use to provide a steady, dependable line of communication between you and all of your team members. Such as you can see in the pandemic situation, when one to one face to face meeting is not possible, everyone is using the Zoom, Google, Webex, Google Connect, uh, Adobe Connect, such tools to connect one by one and face to face. So communication is communication from one hierarchy to other hierarchy, and communication from one person to another person is required. And it is very important to have excellent communication between your colleagues to have a good team for the betterment of the organization. And it is always required cross culture, whether you are living in India or whether you are living in Japan or in America. It is always required to have excellent communication with the your colleague which are working in other part of the country. Throughout the organization, to manage a team of this diversity and complexity, you will need a system for organizing deadlines, files, notes, data, research, and whatever else you bring to the project. If you will not have the communication, certainly there will be a problem of miscommunication, and all these data, notes, research, whatever is needed, there will be a miscommunication, and there will be a havoc, or there will be a gap between the one person to another, and the work will not be properly done, and the data could not be kept properly. There should be always a clarity between the two communicators. So clarity is needed. The third, as a third point, when working with a cross-functional team, conflict and understanding that result in a lack of accountability are common. We would have all heard it before. I thought he was going to do that. This might you have heard. I could not start until she did this, and so on. You can prevent these frustrating situations by defining crystal clear goals and expectations, not only for the team but on an individual level always. Therefore, clarity is always needed between one person to another person. Otherwise, there will not be a proper communication from top level to other level. Mutual understanding. It is crucial that every one of your team member understands the importance of the task at hand. Keep in mind that the responsibility of the cross-functional team are often in addition to your team members' existing to-do list. If they don't value the cross-functional team's objective, they would not put in the time or effort you require. Help them understand why the team's objectives should matter to them. Individual attention. When you focus on the team as a whole, maintaining the morale of individual team players can easily fall by the wayside, and this may result in the failure of the team. By giving each member of your cross-functional team individual attention, praise, and time, you will be able to become better acquainted with the different strengths and skills at your disposal. Set clear expectations for each person, whosoever is your team member. If you will have the clear expectation, he will be able to deliver what you require. Weed out any disinterest or counterproductivity productive priorities. Obtain a better view of each aspect of the project. If you will seek the better view from your colleagues, they will feel the responsibility, and will feel the responsibility towards their project, and they will give you the suggestion, and they will think that their suggestions are valued, and they are responsible. So then it will make them responsible towards their work. So it is always better to get to obtain a better view from each members. Encourage and reward hard work, innovation, and team-oriented thinking. This is always necessary for the encouragement of your team members. If you will encourage and reward hard work, then the next project, more people will start and will be eager to join your team, and they will work with their full devotion. Innovations, while it is going to be fail or while it is going to be successful, it should be given the credit. At least if it is going to be fail, but he has done something to try something new. So that all the innovators should be given the full respect towards their work. Then if you will give the respect, then it is always that they will think the team oriented work. Number 6 is conflict resolution. There is really no way around it. When a team is comprised of people from different departments with different motives and loyalties to different areas of the company, you are going to experience some conflict. It is important for you to be prepared to handle conflict effectively. Many industry experts suggest you provide your cross-functional team with conflict resolution training before bringing them together. Next is strong ties. Provide ample opportunities for your team members to get to know each other better. Increase their trust in one another and form strong ties that will contribute to the effectiveness of the team. Arrange social events outside the workplace, create a co-work space, and conduct a few outdoor team building exercise. All these are for the motivation of the employees for the better performance. It always gives a new energy among the employees. And a team. When assembling your team, it is important to put personal opinion or preference aside so you can approach the task objectively. You may think you have the best employee for the team, but have you considered their individual strengths or whether they will work well together? If your dream team is comprised of valuable, high performing employees who also have a history of taking charge and unofficially managing their employees. For the good of the company, you may need more time for conflict resolution than you can spare. Before You gather the perfect A team, spend some time defining the team's goals, and make a list of the strengths and skills required to accomplish these goals. You will then be able to assemble the perfect team according to your predefined list of required skills and qualifications. So next is flexibility. One of the greatest benefit of your cross-functional team is that it fosters innovation. By bringing several different areas of expertise together into a productive and encouraging work environment, you are creating fertile ground for fresh ideas and new game-changing insights to flourish. To take advantage of these ideas and help the company improve, you must be flexible, open minded, and allow these opportunities to manifest. The worst thing you can do to your cross functional team is stiffing it with the narrow thinking. A cross-functional team can be your company's greatest asset if it is managed properly. By using the 9 key ingredients listed above, you will be able to assemble and manage a powerful team comprised of effective individuals geared towards success. So this was all the leadership traits required for managing cross-cultural team participatory strategic planning. Thank you very much for this all.